I feel like a lion, I'm so strong. Bring me the legacy, I'm so fun. I feel like an energy is going inside my mind. Hey, see, I'm so fun. Come on, let me breathe. Come on, let me breathe. Yeah, come on, let me breathe. Let me breathe. I know we'll let it show. Come on, let me breathe. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. I wanna feel the dance. I wanna feel the dance. Make it run down, feel the dance. J'ai rien à faire dans le move, j'ai tout à faire dans le move. Je suis comme un naufragé. I feel like a diamond, I'm so strong. Bring me the legacy, I'm so fun.
Another note from the safety desk. It's a beautiful day out here on the water, on the Intercoastal Waterway, eastern North Carolina. Early to mid-November right now. I want to talk to you really about something a lot of people have asked me about. And that's a little something that I came up with a number of years ago. What is it to be sharp for safety? What is it to be sharp for safety? You know, throughout industry, people have tried to come up with little slogans and different things to, you know, make a difference in their safety programs. I'm getting ready to retire now, working for a municipality for the last 16 years and just having a great career. And we have done a number of things to reduce work comp accidents, injuries in the workplace. Particular department that I work with is public utilities. A lot of people call it public works. But one thing I came up with years ago that helped out was being sharp for safety. Tim, what is it to be sharp for safety? Well, let's break it down. And SHARP, sharp. One day years ago, I was looking up at a clock up in my office, and it was made by a manufacturer, and it was actually said sharp on the clock. It's like an old schoolhouse clock in my office. And it was getting late in the afternoon, and I was trying to come up with something that would really, you know, that the employees could remember, that would help drive the overall, if you will, to help them remember just as to what it is to be sharp for safety. What is it that can help me out? Just a little acronym, something. And then that's when I saw the word sharp. What does that mean? Well, let's break it down again, like I said. So what is it to be sharp for safety? Let's start with S. Safety is first. The S could be safety. Safety is first. You know, safety has to be first in everything that we do. We see it so much on the TV today. Everybody is talking about safety. Everybody's saying safety is priority number one. Safety is my goal. My goal is safety. I see these on bumper stickers. You hear it on advertisements. You see it on billboards. Everybody's talking about safety, from safety in car seats to safety in the food that we eat from the FDA or drugs that we take, really. And everything has something to do with safety. People are trying to promote it. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. But what does it mean to be safety is first? Well, like I said, you've heard the acronym or the saying before, safety is priority number one. Take that and throw it out the window. Safety cannot be priority number one. Being the first priority and being safe, or safety is first, can't be in the same sentence with one another. Let me explain. You get up in the morning and you know you have to be at work at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever the case may be. And as you're going down the road, you're on the highway, and you're making your way there. What is your first priority? It's probably to get there on time, right? Yeah, I probably so. To get there on time, so you can clock in and start your day. Well, come about 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30 during the day, when that old backbone starts scratching that belly, what's your first priority at that time? Well, it's probably to put something in your stomach. It's probably time to go out and get lunch, okay? Whether it's a brown paper bag, you brought it in your Snoopy um, canteen lunchbox, or if you're going out somewhere to a nice restaurant, your first priority at that time is to go get something to eat. Just get ready for the remainder of the day, and then come about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You're looking up at the clock, and it's getting close to 4:30. What's your first priority? Well, I'm watching that clock now. It's time to go to the house. So think of it this way: you have children. Who has children? Do you have children? Let me ask that question. Little Susie, little Johnny's teacher, calls you from school and says, little Susie or little Johnny has fell down on the playground, and we need you to come pick them up, or they're sick, or run a little bit of a fever. Need you to come pick them up. What's your first priority? Well, it's little Susie, little Johnny, whoever the case, and family first, right? Yeah, of course. So that's your first priority at that time. What I'm saying is this: being a priority, whatever's hottest at the time during your day, that's your first priority. Safety cannot be in that same mix. Safety has to go beyond that, because whatever's your first priority is what you're looking right then, right there. Okay? So safety has to go beyond that in the workplace. Think of it this way: safety needs to be a core value. So, Tim, what is a core value? What are the things that your parents, your loved ones, your aunts, uncles, grandparents, whoever raised you coming up, what did they teach you about life? Whether it was politics, whether it was religion, whether it's what's good, what's bad, what's the right thing to do, whatever the case may be, they are your core values. And Tim can't stand up here today and change that for you, can I? No, I can't change that. Why? Because it's instilled into you. And that's a core value. That's where safety has to be in the workplace. If you want to drive that work comp down, when we drive that work comp down, workers' compensation, when we drive it down, we drive down that DART rate, days away, restricted transfer of duty. When we drive that down, that lowers our workers' comp overall compensation costs, right? Employees are happier. Employees are more enthused about, hey, going to work because the company that I work for takes it to heart about safety. It's built into them. It's a core value. So that's the S. Safety is first. It has to be first. H. Hazards can be limited. Hazards can be limited. How do we limit hazards? We do the training. We look to find those things that potentially can hurt me or you, or somebody that works with us. We learn how to properly install that trench box. We learn what it is, the true definition of permitted confined space entry. We learn what it is, what's a tripping hazard. We talk about construction all the time and the fatal four. What's the fatal four? Falls, electrocution, caught in or between, and struck by hazards. We learn those. We focus on those. Those are the hazards that we're dealing with. And once we learn those and learn what to look out for, we can limit those hazards in the workplace. So yes, hazards can be limited. S-H-A, awareness. Awareness. How do we drive awareness? Well, we drive awareness with them little 5-minute safety talks first thing in the morning. You go to your crew, we do the stretching, before we go out there during the day to get things started so we don't pull the muscles. Okay, that's another way of limiting that hazard, right? But we do our monthly training, whether it's on severe weather, whether it's on defensive driving. We talk about hazard communication and GHS, your global harmonized system. We talk about bloodborne pathogens and how we can limit these from becoming something that we really don't want in the workplace. S-H-A, awareness. So awareness is key. What's the R stand for? Responsibility. Whose responsibility is it? It's my responsibility. It's your responsibility. It's all of us' responsibility. I tell you, I talk to our employees so many times that we are, while we're out there on the job, we are our brother's keepers. And we really are. And what do I mean by that? It's my responsibility to look after you. It's your responsibility to look after me. And when we do that, we make things better for everybody. Iron sharpens iron. And that being said, we look after one another. We pep one another up. We talk to one another. We encourage one another. That's it. But it's all of us' responsibility to see that I go home safe in the afternoon, that you go home safe in the afternoon or in the morning first thing, depending on, when you're working. S-H-A-R. So what's the last? P. What could P stand for? Participation. We all have to participate in a good safety program, no matter what we're doing. We all need to encourage, like I said, one another, to look after one another, to attend all the safety meetings. There's no excuse for not attending a 5-minute safety meeting with your crew. There's no excuse for not evacuating a building if someone's performing a drill for evacuation or severe weather shelter. There's no excuse. We all have to participate. And while it may seem, sometimes like, I just ain't got time for this. No, we make time for this because that's how we come together at the end of the day and be sharp for safety. When top management, takes an interest in this and they are personally showing everybody else that we're going to do this, I'm going to do it with you, then can we make a real difference. But that's where it has to start. It don't need to start from the bottom and pushing up and saying, Tim, if they're management don't have time for this. I've heard that excuse so many times, and that's a crock, believe me, because it has to start from the top down. When the very top management says, we're going to be sharp for safety, we're going to drive this, and we're going to show our employees that we've got their backs in this, and that, yes, we're going to evacuate the building. Yes, we're going to go to those restrooms or whatever, or the rooms, the areas for severe weather, shelter when these drills are run. When they show you that, hey, I don't mind going out there, putting on my safety vest, my hard hat, and taking the opportunity to go to that 5-minute safety talk, even though it's just 5 minutes, and be there with you, then we can make a difference. Then we can make that change. Then we can be sharp for safety. That's where it's at. So I want to end it by saying this. We've all got that responsibility. We've all can do this. Like I said, we talk about safety all the time. How can you make a difference? How can you make a difference? What have you done today for safety? So I'm going to stop there, think about it, and let's make a difference in our workplace. Have a good day. And another note from the safety desk. Take care.